If you guys can hear me, Achilles. We're back. And looking like a broke Mississippi pimp. Oh God. Mr. Love. 1850. Alright. Let me go to Save the World real quick, and I'll possibly through this game and talk to you guys for about like an hour, I guess, on certain things. We'll get into the game, I guess. I know people are talking about certain stuff, the economy, jobs, or whatnot. The interesting bit and components that I think about just in terms of like the market and the economy. Like I said, a lot of stuff is we're in the gig economy. That's exactly what we are. Like all these hot jobs that people thought that were good. There's some type of like software engineer, or you're some type of cloud analyst. Those things are going to first jobs to get cut usually because of the staff stuff. The costs are astronomical, and then two, when you think about just the economy, and then people trying to get in these new things, these new areas, AI. To me, AI is not going to overtake anything. You can't trust AI or computer or technology. You can't rely on that all the time. I remember one time I was on the way to an international flight, and man, the whole system went down, and the doggone whole across the world, all the flights and stuff went down pretty much like all the time. So the whole system went down, getting your luggage, suitcase, and all that type of stuff. It became pretty bad. So, it's one of those things you can't necessarily trust technology. But that's the point. Like, people talking about the new chat GPT thing. I don't think that that's necessarily going to be able to make people money. I stick to my guns with the stuff like, if someone says Bitcoin is going to hit like 100,000, Bitcoin will never hit 100,000, at least not now. Bitcoin and all these cryptos, I mean, I still got my portfolio is still doing alright. I got a long-term plan, but again, I'm not necessarily taking profits unless it makes sense. I'm not taking profits unless it makes sense. I'll take profits like 10% in my bag, and I have to pay taxes, but I know I'm gonna try to get my taxes down as reduced as possible. Capital gains doesn't make any sense. I've been holding on to something for we've been going on for at least 2 years, so I don't really owe that much money in taxes, I don't believe, and I'm being as truthful as possible. It was nothing really that big in terms of a few things, but this don't make no sense. For me to not have a gun. And they put this stuff back. It's so nasty why I don't play like Fortnite and video games no more. I just really don't. It's not that I don't necessarily have time. It's not as fun as it once was. I was on Modern Warfare the other day, and I realized a lot of games, once I got to get like older, and like you were telling me 2 years ago that I wouldn't be playing games like that, I would have been like, that's crazy. Wow. I just got blasted. I was lagging too. Like, if someone asks me, do I think Amazon or these jobs are good, the answer to that question is correct, but working smarter, not harder. That's definitely the thing. Working smarter, not harder. Like, for instance, with the way stuff has been going and this, that, and the third, working $15 for $15 an hour, you know, someone works 8 hours, that's what, $120 a day, 5 days a week, that's around 125. It's like $620, something like that. Hopefully I did that right. Yeah, $600. I know people are talking about $15 an hour or whatnot. You know, in some place like California is expensive. My sister was saying how are people surviving in California with the stuff being the way it is. Yeah, 10% sales tax. I would never live in California. There's no way. I like visiting. There's certain places, but still, there's just no way. Like if someone had a job at Google, they put necessarily all the eggs in one basket. They didn't have like, you know, in their career or whatnot. You making like let's say $70,000 low end. You got student loans, you have a wife, you have a kid or something like that. You have rent, you have insurance, you have a car. You're gonna be screwed, more than likely, if you lose that job. Or you went and got a new house or something like that. You're screwed. What? I just got shot. I can't keep up with this game right now. I know I've been watching a lot of videos, people talking about the Matrix or whatnot. People, how is it that people are struggling? Number one is going and getting debt. That's number one. Getting in debt, in a sense, working, 40 hours a week. That's not necessarily bad. You need to have passive income, different revenue streams. You need to save or put money away. You need to put money away. I know that's very, it's very broad. It's very broad, like, put money away. People say living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, it's one thing. Yeah. Yeah. I really think I always keep up with like the trends. I say 65% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. The thing is, like, I feel like a lot of stuff we're taught to be consumers and not necessarily, think for a rainy day, I guess. And then, a lot of stuff just comes in. I watched a video how these two dudes, they live in London, the same place they've been living at. Their rents basically went from like 2,100 to like 2,700. And they have to move it. They're getting priced out of their area or whatnot. Number one, and number two, renting is not necessarily, everybody does not need to be a homeowner, for one. But also, two, in a sense, you can't base your life and career off of necessarily one thing. You can't do that. By doing so, or limiting yourself in a sense, so with different things, you're going to be screwed more than likely. You're going to be screwed. So, or like a job, basic commissions. Like being a salesman for a company. Like if someone had to ask me, about like all the hot career choices, like I know people are talking about a lot of. I think, honestly speaking, there are a lot of jobs and stuff that's high in demand, like and there's so many people doing it. The worse it is to a lot of people, like engineers or software engineers or people who do coding. That stuff is not short in demand. A lot of people are in that, but there's tiers of who is like just like acting. There's tiers to who's a great actor, like an A-list actor, B-list actor, C-list actor, or whatnot, and so on and so forth. Someone could know, in a sense, how to code using Java or C++ or Python or all this type of stuff, but there's definitely tiers. And then too, I don't know. I know a lot of people say it's 24 hours in a day. People have to come up with elaborate ways to get money legally, that is. I know someone asked me whether I really thought it was ethical for a job that someone did have in a company to get more, in order to draw like new people in there, or get like maybe a senior manager left or something like that. Like let's say there's a senior software engineer, and that costs them like a company 200,000. They'll just get two people entry level. They'll just create that job and split it in two and keep that pocket the 80,000. I mean that is kind of ethical in my opinion because you know they're trying to reduce their costs, but still, you just have to think. If someone asks me what I think crypto is going to go back up, I don't really think it will hit all-time highs this year. I see Bitcoin within the next kind of 2 months, maybe at 31,000. If that. We're at 24 right now. I think it's going to go down a little bit. It's almost at 25,000. But yeah, I know people try to say the war in Ukraine. I don't think it was a war in Ukraine that caused Bitcoin to go down. People artificially pumped it up and it just dropped. So, it's just one of those things. You got to have an extra strategy, pretty much for anything, really. You think about it, you can't bank on one thing. If someone asks what financial literacy is, financial literacy to me is really having your base level expenses out, know what you need to sustain yourself. Don't necessarily get I would say if you can't justify the purchase or it's going to set you back, don't buy it. You need a job definitely make you a lot of money in a sense, but you need to also save a lot of money. You have to account for taxes. You have to put money away. You got to have a investment thing. I know if I get land something or I have my own business, I'm definitely doing a Roth IRA and putting, I guess, a decent portion of stuff away. It's something that you need to do. I mean, I'd rather start my own business and then just scale it, like, do something on the side and then just, like, scale from there. Because, like, I don't know. The better is that you scale, in my opinion, and, you know a product or something like that, the better it is. That's like, side hustle, your income. You're able to take care of, support yourself. If you work for one person or something like that, you're really banking on that. Something go wrong with that, you're screwed. And yeah. Like, someone had asked me today, what do I think about business, or what I think about, raising the price tags of certain stuff, the premiums. For me, the premiums for some of these cars are way too high. Like for like a year and a half ago, I will say, like people were trying to say that cars and stuff were going down, and people are pretty much losing money. Like car dealerships losing money. I don't really think car dealerships losing money, and not in mass. I think sometimes some people, obviously with certain stuff, depreciation expense with these cars. Um, you know, they go to auctions. They can basically, if they have a deal with the manufacturer or something like, they can send it back, and pretty much, the company can write out the loss, take all the stuff out the doors, the key components of the cars, and just keep it going from there. Otherwise than that, I really don't see a lot of these companies or car dealerships, if you will, want to be good for long term. Short term, I think sometimes they might have to liquidate some of their collection for sure. But for the most part, I don't think so. Oh, this should never happen. In the least. I know people keep on telling me about, like, in the past, I used to invest money, like, in stocks. I don't invest money in stocks now. And part of that reason is I think a lot of the stuff is crypto is manipulated, stocks is manipulated, everything in a sense is not a good buy. Wow. I'll possibly play like, one more. But like, yeah, a lot of these coins and stuff is pretty much, not gonna do that much. I feel like too, when you really think about a lot of stuff, like in terms of business and business expense, let's say a company like gross revenue. I know someone said that Facebook lost like $13 billion to go and try to get into crypto and the metaverse space. Number one, that's idiotic. Two, that's greedy. And not everything that's growth is growth. You can't, it's unaccounted for. Web3 and all the stuff that they were trying to say and do, it's going to take 10 plus years to really create. Now, I got access to a Web3 wallet like Robinhood, but my thoughts on this broken, you know, is it functional? It depends on what you think is functional, though. Again, I really don't think that, you know, building something like that is really smart. $13 billion. I think someone said that Mark Zuckerberg lost like a lot of money last year. His net worth plummeted. Like, if someone had to ask me what I think about California, California's alright, but I don't like living in a place that's population dense and crime and all that type of stuff. I don't like that. Like, someone asked me what I think about Los Angeles. Los Angeles is cool, but I don't think that it's you know, exactly a place to really go and hang out like that. Now, if you go to LA, I feel like in a day, if you're not careful, you can spend like $1,000. You're gonna spend that on food. You're gonna spend on transportation costs. Ain't nobody even like right there. Ain't nobody over here. It's crazy. think I'm gonna watch one of them documentaries where like these people they once had an income of like 80 to 100,000, and then they may have gotten hurt or something like that, disability or whatnot. They can't work no more, and they went broke and homeless. Or they had medical bills and that completely wiped them out. And then before then, they had to stop working, and then they basically sold everything off. And then they got really sick, and their medications and certain stuff pretty much wiped them out. I was watching this thing of someone that was living in San Diego. This man was like, 58 or whatnot. And he said, like, after you're at a certain point in the career field, you're of his age, you have health challenges. They'll get somebody like my age or better or something like that. And where he probably has the experience, the managing experience. And they're going to just move on. Which I can, from a standpoint that we're talking about business, I don't think that that's necessarily, you can't put your eggs in one basket. And again, you gotta have side hustles and different things that that you can make money and be able to support yourself or supplement your income. Like if someone were to ask me right now, what do I think the top brands are for have a huge influence, I would say not sort of fashion in a sense right now, fast fashion, like Fashion Nova. I don't think it has that much market share. A lot of people use that. Or Shein. A lot of people will use that. I don't necessarily think their clothing is particularly good. It's just me. This is a silence pistol. I wish it was. I know a lot of people keep on making financial independence. They keep making courses on how to get people to be financially independent. I think some of these people, they probably have a few million, but the thing is their expenses are so high in what they buy and how they shop. You're basically supplementing these people's income in a sense. Or they're spending money, like if you will. I can't wait for this game to be over because I'm getting old. I look at it and research some stuff. Like, I realize just because it's not necessarily a huge market for certain stuff doesn't mean it's not going to still fetch money. I was trying to explain to somebody, like, they're like different brands, not necessarily saying they're micro brands. They're not big here in the U.S., but like in auction houses, They might be going fetching a good amount of money. Like there's this watch that is but yeah. It's getting more. I'm probably gonna call it a night, man. Peace, though. Peace out, y'all.